Be sure to go to flipsidegaming.com, use promo code 6 for 10% off on orders of $10. Do the same with the Grizzly Gentleman, and you'll get a great deal. And it supports the show. What is up? Characters. Lord Bolas has tasked me, whatever, with bringing unto you the cards that he wants to see Wizards add to Historic. He started off by telling me that Dreadbore would be a fantastic addition. This is a card that is a great flexible removal option that isn't overly powerful. The reason it's not overly powerful is because it's a sorcery and it requires you to be playing black and red. Yes, it does allow our Lord Bolas to destroy a creature and or planeswalker. Well, not and or, just or. Shut up. But it allows him to do it so efficiently. And isn't that what we all want? No longer are you going to have to quibble between Heartless Act and other cards, Lightning Strike, I don't know. You're not going to have to deal with that anymore. You can just go ahead and play Dreadbore and destroy all of the creatures or planeswalkers you want. The next consideration is Collective Brutality. This card is technically a little bit more likely because Eldritch Moon, I assume, will come back to Arena at some point, considering it was in there in Alpha, but whatever. This card allows us, wow, it's so flexible and so easy to cast. Yes, it's still a sorcery, but that's fine. We get to choose one or more, and we get to choose based on the amount of time we've discarded. We discarded none, we choose one. Any more, we discard more. We can have our opponent to reveal and choose an instant sorcery card and have them discard. We can give a creature -2/-2, which is pretty much on rate. And or we can have an opponent lose 2 life and us gain 2 life. This is incredibly flexible, and it would allow us to do just a lot of the things, all of the things that we need. Give Grixis Control some flexibility. For what it's worth, Lord Bolas has sought to choose a card that can also benefit some of the lesser decks. This helps drain decks, maybe. Who knows? It helps discard decks, if they would like it. But namely, it helps Lord Bolas. Next up is a bit of a meme pick, but it would be remiss of me if I were not to talk about it. Cruel Ultimatum. This is the ultimatum of Lord Bolas. We already have the wedge ultimatums. Let's have the shard ultimatums. Sure, all of the other ones can come back as well, but all that really matters is Cruel Ultimatum. Because it's 7 mana, and your opponent sacrifices a creature, discards 3 cards, loses 5 life, you get a creature back, and you draw 3, and you gain 5. And by you, of course, I mean Lord Bolas. Wizards, put it on Historic. Do it now. This is the actual reason I made this video. I'm absolutely going to tag a bunch of other content creators who I know play Historic to some extent, and I would like you to tell me, and the rest of the community, what cards you think should be on Historic. Try to choose cards that you think would be relatively fair and balanced. They can help your own pet decks like I've done here, but what cards just kind of don't make sense not to be on Historic because of other cards? Why does White doesn't get Wrath of God? If you're playing Wrath of God, you're almost certainly playing blue. You're not going to see a white-red deck very frequently. If you do see it, you might see Wrath of God in there, but you're just not going to see that deck very frequently. What you're going to see is white-blue, some planeswalkers, some counterspells, and Wrath of God. Why Wizards has deigned to have Azorius be the only true control color, I will not know. But Grixis needs love too. And there is no reason in terms of balance why Damnation shouldn't also be on there. Wizards, you decided to give us Collected Company, which wasn't even an Amonkhet Invocation. Now, I can understand the justification for Thoughtseize. It was an Amonkhet Invocation. We were remastering Amonkhet and choosing not to give us other cards that we wanted to play with. Cough, cough, Adorn Pouncer, cough, cough, a bunch of other cards. Regardless, I can accept it. I can accept all of it. But you gave us the Invocation Wrath of God, but not the Invocation Damnation. Why? It has Bolas on it, one of the greatest depictions of our Lord Bolas. It does the same thing as Wrath of God, except it's black. Why? Literally why? It would not hurt the metagame for this card to be in it. And for any of you people saying that this is a color pie break, you are incredibly wrong. Have you looked at the total number of board wipes? Have you looked at how powerful all the board wipes are? Black gets to have good board wipes. You have Wrath of God. Put this into Arena, please. Make non-blue control decks viable. Anyway, I was going to make this 5 cards, but I couldn't really pick between these two commands, so I kind of chose both. Kolaghan's Command is the card that I think is a little bit less likely to actually come in, just because it sees play like all the way down to Legacy, I think. And Wizards might not want that power level. He says, realizing that they've put Thoughtseize and Collected Company into Historic, so I don't know what they want. Regardless, I like to see Kolaghan's Command. Returning a creature card from a graveyard to your hand likely isn't going to happen too often, but you can still get it in a deck. I'm talking about Bolas control, all right? That's the point of this video. You can get back creature Bolas. You can get back your maybe you got milled or countered from your Scarab God. Maybe Kaladesh has come out and you're and you're gonna put a Gearhulk back in your hand. Who knows? But you can do that. You can force a player to discard a card. You can destroy an artifact. You can have Kolaghan's Command deal 2 damage to target creature or player. The versatility is what control decks need right now. Wizards, you've been printing threats that are way too strong compared to the answers that you've given us. Throw us some bones. Please, throw us some bones. And if you don't want to throw us a Kolaghan bone, throw us a Silumgar bone. Cost more. Whatever. Counter target non-creature spell. Hey, this hurts control decks, right? You counter non-creatures. You can actually finally stop the annoying ass Ugins. Oh wait, no you can't, because they're playing Ugin on turn 4 before you've been able to cast this. Never mind. Return target permanent to its owner's hand. Hey, you can bounce something, can bounce your own thing. That's nice. Target creature gets -3/-3 until end of turn. It's creature removal, kind of. It's not the best, but you know, bounce their biggest creature, kill their smaller one. Sure, okay. Destroy target planeswalker. Reasonable. 5 mana. This seems like a card that could be on Arena, and it could give some answers that we desperately need Wizards' help. There are too many threats in your game, not enough good answers. I do hope that at least one other person who I've kind of tagged in this video will actually make a video like this. But I'm really interested in seeing what you all think should be on Arena that you think would be balanced. I don't think a single one of these cards, with the exception of maybe Kolaghan's Command, to be honest, I don't think a single one of these cards is asking too much. And if I'm going to be frank, the one that I want the most, besides Damnation, the Damnation thing is just a given, and it's absolutely ridiculous. Can we have Dreadbore, please? Please? I'm asking you kindly. From the bottom of where my soul is supposed to be, that blackened void that has been crushed upon just so many printings of good green-blue cards. It's fine. It's fine. I lost the Happy. But the Happy's still gone, but still. Just come on. You gotta throw us some bones here. Anyway. I hope to hear about the cards that you think would be really interesting for Historic, that you don't think would be too busted. You know, we don't need Ulamog? No. Ulamog, yes. Ugin. I hate damn cards that book colorless. We don't need Ulamog 0.5. I'm just curious to see some cards that you think would be fun to have on Historic. Fun or healthy, frankly. And I think Dreadbore would be healthy. I don't think Dreadbore is too good. With that, I'm going to thank my lovely patrons, especially Fogwind, for the continued support. If you'd like to join them and support the show, you find links in the description below. I do, of course, hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and of course, tell me what you think would be cool to have in Historic. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Until next time, I will be one.